The sky turned a fiery orange, a stark reminder of nature's fury. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the once vibrant cityscape was shrouded in an ominous glow, signaling the onset of another relentless wildfire. Smoke billowed on the horizon, casting an eerie glow over the city. The thick plumes of smoke rose high into the sky, creating a suffocating blanket that obscured the skyline and turned day into night. Sirens wailed in the distance, a chilling soundtrack to the unfolding disaster. Fire trucks raced through the streets, their lights flashing urgently as they headed towards the inferno, a scene all too familiar to the residents of Los Angeles. Wildfires, once a seasonal threat, have become a terrifying reality for Los Angeles, a metropolis caught in the crosshairs of a changing climate. The frequency and intensity of these fires have increased, leaving communities in a constant state of vigilance and fear. The speed at which these infernos sweep across the landscape is staggering, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Entire neighborhoods can be reduced to ashes in a matter of hours, and the recovery process is long and arduous. Understanding the factors that contribute to this rapid spread is crucial for protecting lives, homes, and the future of this iconic city. Firefighters work tirelessly, often putting their own lives at risk, to combat these blazes and safeguard the community. The sight of flames devouring hillsides and encroaching upon neighborhoods has become a haunting image etched in the minds of Angelenos. The fear of losing everything to the flames is a constant shadow that looms over the city. The dry, chaparral-covered mountains that encircle the city are a tinderbox waiting to ignite, and a confluence of environmental and human factors have created a perfect storm for wildfire disasters. The lack of rainfall, combined with high temperatures and strong winds, makes the region particularly vulnerable. From the city's unique geography and climate to the influence of the notorious Santa Ana winds, Los Angeles faces a formidable foe in its battle against wildfires. These winds can turn a small spark into a raging inferno within minutes, making firefighting efforts even more challenging and dangerous. Los Angeles is a city of contrasts, nestled between the Pacific Ocean and the San Gabriel Mountains. This picturesque setting also makes it highly susceptible to wildfires. The city's Mediterranean climate, characterized by hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters, creates the perfect conditions for vegetation to dry out and become highly flammable. The steep, rugged terrain of the surrounding mountains provides ample fuel for fires to spread rapidly uphill, driven by the wind. The region's vegetation, dominated by chaparral, is adapted to fire but also highly combustible. Chaparral shrubs contain volatile oils that ignite easily, and their dense growth patterns create a continuous fuel bed for fires to travel across. These factors, combined with the region's prolonged dry season, create a tinderbox-like environment where wildfires can ignite and spread with astonishing speed. The Santa Ana winds, infamous for their role in fanning the flames of wildfires, are a natural phenomenon that has a profound impact on the environment and human life in Southern California. These winds are a key factor in the rapid spread of these infernos, often turning small fires into raging blazes within a matter of hours. These strong, dry winds originate in the Great Basin, a large desert region, and blow westward towards the Pacific Ocean, covering vast distances. As they travel, they gain speed and heat, especially as they descend from higher elevations through mountain passes, creating a perfect storm for wildfires. The Santa Ana winds can reach hurricane-force speeds, sometimes exceeding 70 miles per hour, making them incredibly powerful and dangerous. These high-speed winds can carry embers miles ahead of the fire front, igniting new spot fires and making containment efforts extremely challenging. These winds are particularly dangerous because they are extremely dry, often bringing humidity levels down to critically low levels. With relative humidity levels often dropping below 10%, the air becomes parched, exacerbating the fire risk. This dryness sucks moisture from vegetation, turning it into highly combustible fuel, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. The Santa Ana winds also create turbulent conditions that make it difficult for firefighters to control the spread of flames, often putting them in dangerous situations. When wildfires coincide with these powerful winds, the results can be catastrophic, leading to widespread destruction and loss of life and property.
As Los Angeles has expanded, urban development has encroached into wildland areas, creating a dangerous interface between homes and fire-prone vegetation. This urban sprawl has increased the risk of wildfires spreading into residential areas, putting lives and property at risk. Homes built in these areas are often surrounded by flammable landscaping, creating a pathway for fires to reach structures. The use of flammable building materials such as wood shingles and stucco further exacerbates the risk. Embers carried by the wind can easily ignite these materials, leading to rapid fire spread. The increasing density of homes in these areas also creates a challenge for firefighters who must navigate narrow streets and limited access points to combat blazes.
Section 5, A Warming World, Climate Change and the Rise of Megafires.
Climate change is playing a significant role in the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires in California and across the western United States.
Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts, and earlier snowmelt have created a hotter, drier, and more fire-prone environment.
As the planet warms, these trends are expected to worsen, leading to even more destructive wildfire seasons.
The warmer temperatures dry out vegetation, making it more susceptible to ignition.
Droughts reduce moisture levels in both live and dead vegetation, creating a tinderbox-like landscape.
Earlier snowmelt reduces the amount of water available during the dry season, further exacerbating the problem.
Climate change is creating a vicious cycle that is fueling more frequent and intense wildfires.
Section 6. Ignition Point. Human activities and wildfire catastrophes. While natural factors play a role in wildfire ignition, human activities are the leading cause of these destructive blazes. Unintentional ignitions, such as those caused by campfires, equipment use, and power lines, are responsible for a significant percentage of wildfires. Intentional acts of arson also contribute to the problem. Human behavior, such as carelessness with fire, improper disposal of cigarettes, and the use of fireworks in fire-prone areas, can have devastating consequences. As the population grows and development encroaches into wildland areas, the risk of human-caused wildfires increases. It is essential for individuals to exercise caution and responsibility to prevent catastrophic fires.
Section 7, Case Study, The Woolsey Fire, A Trail of Destruction. The 2018 Woolsey Fire, which burned nearly 100,000 acres in Los Angeles and Ventura counties, serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of wildfires in the region. This catastrophic event not only consumed vast swaths of land, but also left an indelible mark on the communities it touched. This fast-moving fire, driven by the Santa Ana winds, destroyed over 1,600 structures, claimed 3 lives, and forced the evacuation of hundreds of thousands of residents. The sheer speed and ferocity of the fire caught many off guard, highlighting the unpredictable nature of such disasters. The Woolsey Fire ignited near the Santa Susana Field Laboratory, a former rocket testing site, and quickly spread through dry brush and into densely populated areas. The proximity to this site raised concerns about potential contamination, adding another layer of complexity to the already dire situation. The fire's rapid spread was fueled by a combination of strong winds, dry conditions, and an abundance of flammable vegetation. These elements created a perfect storm, making it incredibly challenging for firefighters to contain the blaze. The Woolsey Fire highlighted the vulnerability of Los Angeles to wildfires and the devastating consequences these events can have. It underscored the need for better preparedness and more robust firefighting strategies to protect lives and property in the future. Section 8, Fighting Back Mitigation and Prevention Strategies. Protecting communities from the threat of wildfires requires a multifaceted approach that includes both mitigation and prevention measures. Creating defensible space around homes by clearing vegetation, using fire-resistant building materials, and developing community-wide evacuation plans are crucial steps. Investing in wildfire research, improving forest management practices, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions to combat climate change are also essential. Public education campaigns can raise awareness about wildfire risks and promote responsible behavior to reduce human-caused ignitions. By taking proactive measures, communities can reduce the risk of wildfires and minimize their impacts. Section 9. Conclusion. A shared responsibility in a fire-prone world. Wildfires are a complex and growing threat to Los Angeles and other fire-prone regions around the world. Understanding the factors that contribute to their rapid spread, from the region's unique geography and climate to the influence of human activities, is crucial for effective mitigation and prevention. Addressing this issue requires a collective effort from individuals, communities, and governments. By embracing responsible land management practices, adopting fire-resistant building codes, and taking steps to mitigate climate change, we can create a safer and more resilient future for ourselves and generations to come. The fight against wildfires is a shared responsibility, and it is only through collaboration and proactive measures that we can protect our communities and the environment from the devastating consequences of these infernos.